Okay, welcome back everybody to Appf1 Elite um, Season, I don't know, X. Um, yeah, I'm a little late to qualifying, but nothing exciting because I've heard it's from dry to wet, so nobody was able to improve past lap, I'm guessing one, so one-shot qualifying. And as usual, lifeboat on pole, Reshka P2 goes 3, rig 4. Good. Then ace is 5, playing 6. Okay. Um, lifeboat pulled by half a second. Interesting. Maybe it was one of the first guys out. Not only that, but a lot of people are tired from the session. I think though that's partly due to a couple of people leaving the session. Not leaving, sorry, retiring in the pits. Let me get something ready just for a second. There we go. Okay. We should be good to go. Oh.
Do your commentary.
Yeah. Did you? Oh, okay.
Meet me.
I should mute you. Okay, sure. I can mute you. No, I'll mute you, motherfucker. Okay, lifeboat's muted. So, we can unmute him and ask him a question once he retires from session A. If he retires from session. So, let's see what the race will be. If it will be dry to wet or wet to dry. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Got 2 more seconds in qualifying. Yeah, I guess now everybody could retire because nothing much happening. Anyway, if we look at Brazil, usually a good race in Brazil because there's some overtaking opportunities, and we can see that the times were almost all set on softs except Jackalacko's time of 1 minute and 15 seconds. 3 people didn't set times. I wonder why. Maybe both of these guys are tired because they could have still set laps in the wet. As we see, most people did 2 runs, 1 run, 2 runs. So yeah, basically one-shot qualifying is what I read out of this. Okay, and we're going to the race. Okay, so the race is fully dry. Well, that will ease up strategy, I assume. I'm assuming it's then hards to mediums as usual. Some people probably opting. Can we see the tire changes in the pit lane depending on what the... Okay, we might want to watch that back. I think I just saw Lifeboat's tires change, but I'm not sure. Anyways, what I want to say, or yeah, medium hard or hard medium is the usual strategy. Tire wear isn't that bad in Brazil. Um, and yeah, usually Brazil delivers some good races. And not too many DNFs crashes because there's a lot of room. And not too many walls if you do make a mistake. So, yeah. Let's see. So Lifebot obviously opting for hards, and then Reshka mediums, Ghost mediums, hards. Okay, let's see what. So it's fairly split, but hard is definitely the preferable choice. So yeah, Rushka and Ghost trying to get that better exit on Lifeboat. Let's see. And nobody in the back of the field trying to play a risky strategy except the alpha male of Pirlo Monte Perez. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. It's pretty much done. As we see Lifeboat drifting his car, trying to warm up these tires. And there we see a strategy. So, 1 or 2 stop. Nobody's doing a 2 stop except when safety car is coming out. And Lifeboat cutting some grass. That's definitely not going to warm up his tires. But that's Lifeboat. So we see people just starting to align on the grid. Oof, Lifeboat going a little too far. Russia gets this car stopped, and the rest of the grid is just forming as well. There you go. These two back markers settling in at last. Bergen arrives, and we are underway. As we see no red lights, and away we go. Lifeboat gets a decent start, but a bad getaway on the second part of a start. But he stays ahead of Reshka as we see the cars in the back. A lot of people having contact. There's a contact between Piero Monteperez and Seb Mali as we look at Lifeboat. He's still P1. Ghost, no, yeah, goes quite close with these guys. People behind here fighting. Single file through turn 3. So we go back up here, side by side. It's Haas versus Aston Martin, and the Haas stays ahead, or gets ahead on those medium tires. He's going to be looking to make an overtake. And he, no he doesn't. He's going to get overtaken by Plang. Plang makes up that position again. So, he's in 6th position now. As he tries to make another move, or is that his teammate? It is his teammate, and there's contact between the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. Both of them are slowed down, and Scott can't capitalize out of that because they're just occupying the whole track. So we look back at Lifeboat, almost a second gap. So fairly widened that gap already on those hard tire compound. As we see Rills trying to make a move on the outside of the Ferrari. Is it going to stick? Not quite, but is he going to get a switchback? Yes, he is. Let's see if it's good enough. He does get the better exit. Seems like, let's see if he has enough top speed to send it on him. He is going to have a little duck down the inside, and he is going to send it. Slight contact there between the two. And he's going to get switched back on him from rubbing it on those hard tires. But he's going to have a look down the inside again. Beautiful racing by these two guys. Slight contact again, but now he's going to cover off the inside. No, he's not, but rubbing it isn't sending it on him at this moment. Beautiful overtake. As we look back, 5/10, that's just a little too much for an overtake. So we look back. Alpha Tauri's back to back. You don't want to ruin your teammates' progress as well as yours by sending it on them. Although, if you have the pace, I mean, you can always try. But RS not using any ERS at all. Still have 90%. So we go to Plang on those medium tires. He's trying to make up some positions into the top 5. As Reshka is now very close to Lifeboat, not quite getting his front wing in there. So Lifeboat sticks ahead for another lap. DRS enabled. Reshka definitely getting helped out by that. So we see Plang not quite making the moves yet. So every lap where Lifeboat can stay ahead of these guys is going to be a lap gain for Lifeboat. Just because he's on that worst tire compound. Ghost, meanwhile. Lifeboat on full ERS deployment. That's unlike him. So it's Lifeboat followed by Reshka followed by Ghost as we see some overtakes in the back, but we're going to focus on the front for now. DRS enabled. Let's see how long Lifeboat can defend. He's P1. Where is he going to go? Reshka inside or outside? Is he going to send it at all? Not quite. He's going to stick back for this straight. He doesn't get the best exit though. Lifeboat now using, I assume, yes, using some of his ERS. Reshka though, using ERS and DRS. Is he going to get close enough? He's going to try and send it. No, he's not. Ghost not quite able to make a move on Reshka because Reshka did have DRS as well. So Lifeboat stays ahead of both Reshka and Ghost. As we look at the back, Plang still behind Speldrong. Speldrong going wide. Is that an opportunity for Plang? He's going to have the inside for the next corner. And it is going to be Plang. Beautiful move. Slight contact, I believe, but nothing too big. So we focus back. On the front, Ghost pushing Reshka out of that penultimate corner. Ghost now trying to make a move. Reshka now looking more in his mirrors instead of looking at Lifeboat. Is Ghost going to send it? Yes, he is. But not quite having the front wing again. These guys. Single file. Let's see. Reshka gets the better exit though this time. This means that Lifeboat either has to defend, but I think he's going to be ahead by the end of the braking zone. Yes, he is. So that's Lifeboat downward position. It was more a question of when, not if, with these tires. But let's see if he can stick with Reshka. And he can. He gets very close to Reshka in that corner. So these guys all similar pace, which is a bad sign for Reshka and Ghost. But let's see. What can Lifeboat do with DRS enabled this lap? Is he going to be able to make a counter-attack, try to re-overtake Reshka for the lead, or is he going to have to defend from Ghost? As we see Reshka pulling away 7/10, and Ghost side by side with Lifeboat. These are crucial moments now for Ghost, not to waste too much time and try to stick with Reshka, and also Lifeboat. He needs the DRS if he wants to stay ahead of Ghost, and he's not going to get that. Ghost now ahead of Lifeboat, and he's going to have the inside for the next corner. This is going to be a move done. So Lifeboat in P3 now, lap 6, but very much so within the fight. We go down the field, 2/10 between Jacko and Scott. This is a really unfortunate camp, but Jacko not able to make a move. Just not quite close enough. As we go back to the top 3, they all still have DRS. Well, let's see, Lifeboat, 100% ERS. That's a little waste. Lifeboat playing the long run, I assume. I don't know what he's thinking with having that much DRS on standby. Maybe to bend out or whatever, fix a little mistake like that one. He's now almost out of the second gap as Reshka and Ghost are trying to push each other. Ghost not sending it on Reshka. Maybe he's going to try to work with him and not against him, because Lifeboat is the threat in this race if he has this much pace on those hard tires. As we look at Rills, and Rills spins as we go on him. It's a little unfortunate. And he resets to track. That's not allowed. But no crashes once he rejoins, so that's good at least. As we look at Jackalacko now, he is closer to Scott. Is he going to send it down the inside here in turn? I think that's 6. Not quite. As we look at Ghost and Reshka, they're side by side. Ghost now slightly ahead, but Reshka having that inside line, but goes fully ahead by the end of the braking zone. Now Reshka able to make a little switchback here. He is going to get the DRS. Ghost going to use all of his ERS. Reshka as well. Reshka not having almost any DRS to attack, but he is going to send it down the inside. And Ghost is going to stay ahead. So that's Reshka down a position. Ghost into P1. And Reshka out of ERS. So he's going to be a hindrance now to Lifeboat, potentially. More than anything else. So Lifeboat has the most ERS saved up of these 3 guys. But that's not hard if Ghost has got 40% and Reshka has barely 20. So we go down to Scott and Jack. They're now side by side. Jacko making the move, but Scott's still in there. He's still having a little look, but Jacko just closing that door. And we see, who is that? Did Rick spin? I think Rick spun. I believe Rick spun. Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. As we see Reshka 2/10. Oh, that was DRS at its best. As we see, maybe another counterattack, but Ghost not even using ERS. I'm not sure if he knows that Reshka's light is blinking or flashing already, but it's not looking good. As we see Scott down, he spun out of the penultimate corner. That's unfortunate. In a battle with Jacko, potentially. And he is getting... No, he's not going into the pits, at least. As we see RS there, very close with the Ferrari. There's a little 4-way battle here. 4th to 8th, or 7th. Let's see if this, I guess, fight for 4th is gonna show us a little action. So we see Spilled Wrong, less DRS than Aces. Aces with DRS and ERS. He's gonna look for the attack. He's gonna look for the inside. The McLaren's gonna let him, and that's gonna be a move under braking zone, and he's gonna have the inside, and Spilled Wrong's gonna attack back now. He's gonna look for a switchback. Let's see if Aces is gonna make life difficult for him. Ace is defending the inside. The McLaren looking to go to the outside. Is that going to be a move? It is going to be them coming side by side out of turn 3. But Ace is just edging out a little ahead, and it is going to be a full course length ahead by turn 5. And that's going to be a move done for Aces, as Robinette and RS are also trying to push to make a move. As we see Rills and Bergen quite close to each other. These two both on the medium tires. Rills driving a little aggressively. Looks to have the pace. Just needs a good exit out of this corner. As we see another yellow flag from Scott, I believe. Let's see, he's going to use some ERS. He's going to have his DRS wide open. And that should be a move. Is it going to be on the inside? It is going to be on the inside. So Bergen is going to try to look for switchback. As there's some slight contact, I believe, of the Haas and the Aston. But the Aston driver just being way faster. And that's too far for Bergen. Oh, and Bergen is on the hard tire compound. My bad. I guess I mislooked. As we go back, Lifeboat still within DRS range. Not only that, but almost full battery. What a interesting. And Reshka's ahead of Ghost. What? So all of these guys having more battery. Lifeboat just wasting some battery there. You never want to see 100% battery on your dashboard. So Ghost not being able to pull away from the wounded Reshka with 0% ERS. And whilst this is happening, Lifeboat's just sticking within DRS range, not using any ERS. So, yeah. So Ghost definitely having the pace on those fresher softs, but fresher medium tires, but maybe not once they wear off. As we go back to these guys, the battle for fourth still on. Not a lot of ERS anywhere here. As you see Rick at 3 seconds. Where is Rick? Oh, yeah, there he is. So he's trying to climb back up the field. That 3 seconds is not going to help him, but he knows that. As we see Ghost. How much is he going to catch up? It's 3/10. It's like a 10th with DRS and a toe. So Reshka may be running lower wings. I'm not too sure. As we see Ghost 2/10, this should be a contender for a move. Reshka not going that defensively. Ghost also not using ERS. Interesting strategy by the Brit. As we see Ghost going a little wide there, that could have been a warning. Into turn 7, I believe. Let's see. RS. Very close. Is he going to have a look down the inside? He is, but he thinks better of it. Just scaring rubbing it for half a second there. There we go. Ghost now right at the back of Reshka, pushing him through the final corner. And he's side by side before the DRS point. But he's not using any ERS. Ghost really not wanting to use any ERS for this fight. So he's going to edge out ahead of Reshka. But let's see if Reshka is going to try to aim to make a move back ahead of Ghost. Ghost now deploying some ERS, not too much though. And that's going to be Reshka just tucking in behind Ghost. So these guys not really fighting tooth and nail who gets the position. My guess is that it's just a ERS game for now. Reshka saying, yeah, you can stay ahead. I'll just recover some ERS. He's up to 38%, so... And meanwhile, Lifeboat, 99% ERS. I guess he just has his hands up and is saying, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm on the better strategy for now. Once he's on those medium tires, he's definitely going to want the position. He just needs to keep it clean and not get any damage. As we see Reshka. Yep, just closing up to Ghost, but not eyeing up a move. Interesting. So these guys, a little too far away from each other. Robin is the closest one, but he's not gonna send it into turn 1. Why would you? It's just strategy for now. As we see Scott having another little spin, I believe. He's not having his best race, but as we see, very loose rear, I guess. Oh, maybe hot tires. That could be. I'm not sure if this is worse or better. As we see BDR Calvin getting 3 seconds. So. And Rick has caught up to him. Has he caught up or has he lost the position to him? I'm not too sure, as Rick is wobbly out of the exit there. Losing some time to BDR. And Ghost has pitted, so medium runners are going to head into the pits now. Let's see, where's he going to come out? He's going to come out. Is it going to be behind BDR? That's going to be the guy he's going to try and race to stay ahead of. And I don't believe he's made that. No, he's going to lose out even to Rick. And to Rills, not quite. He's going to tuck right in front of Rills, and that's going to be him. Yep. Okay, fairly sat in P9. So now these two, Lifeboat and Reshka. Reshka's going to box this lap. That's going to be a... I want to say an opportunity for Ghost, because those tires are basically same tire life. And oh, as they make contact, Lifeboat and Reshka braking very early compared to Lifeboat. Lifeboat now clearly having better tires. He's going to try and make a move. He is going to make the move. Reshka's not going to fight it. There's no use in fighting it, as Plang has left the session. Where's Ghost? Oh yeah, right there. Rails has caught up to Ghost. That's not too common, as we see Bergen having a little spin there. Rails is this close to Ghost. Maybe these hard tires not being very fast, although that would be a problem for Reshka and Ghost in the fight for P1. Let's see. So Lifeboat ahead of Reshka. Reshka now just staying within a second of Lifeboat. Or is he going to pit now? He is going to pit now. He needs to nail this braking zone. Gets the car slowed down enough. Has he done enough, though, to stay ahead of Ghost? That is the question. Where is he right now? He's not got DRS from his teammate. He has got almost 100% ERS, though. And where is he? He's just exiting the pits now, and I don't see him on the thing. Very nice. Very nice. And there he is. A second and a half behind Ghost. So he has lost out the position, or I guess he was a little behind him. So Ghost has stayed ahead. The undercut has worked. He's now... It says 8/10, but that's going to be way bigger by the end of the lap. So he's ahead for more than a second now. And Ghost really needs to try and pull away now from Reshka. And what he does need is Rick, his teammate, to hold him up. Let's see. I'm assuming he's gonna just give him DRS and then let him go. And that is the case. Rick going wide. Now giving him a very strong toe. Ghost, very similar speeds to Rick, even though he had DRS. So Ghost may be running a very high downforce setup compared to Rick. Maybe that's why Rick spun a couple of times. Who knows? As we see Rick now gonna make the life of Reshka, yeah, yeah, words. He's gonna make the life of Reshka very hard. Never mind. He is a decent defender. He can be annoying at some times. Let's see what he can do against Reshka. But he's on 18 lap old tires, so you can only do so much, I guess. As we see Robnet heading into the pits, he's going to get the car slowed down as well. So the fight for fourth, very much so still on. Um, I think it's still a four-way fight. And these guys, now the hard runners are pitting. Oh yeah, I guess 16 laps on mediums is very much so doable. So let's see what this is. Who's going to turn out on top of that fight as we head back to Ghost. Ghost not really pulling away from Rick. Not pushing really as well. He's got 90% ERS. And he's just arriving on the group of the battle for P4. Aces, Speldrung, and RS. So hopefully these guys aren't going to slow him down if you want Ghost to win. As Lifeboat pits this lap, very careful not to speed in the pit lane. And we're going to see where he's going to head out compared to Ghost. Is he going to lose 1, 2, or 2 positions? That's the main question. As we see a Ferrari of Reshka spinning. That's unfortunate, and that's gonna tell Lifeboat, and that's gonna make the life of Lifeboat easier. What's not gonna make it easier is Rick. He's come out ahead of Lifeboat. He's gonna slow him down everywhere he can. Let's see. Lifeboat trying to get some heat in those tires, weaving out of the pit exit and on this straight. And Lifeboat. Rick, I assume just back him up. Try and give Ghost some air to breathe. Because Lifeboat is within 2 seconds of Ghost, and he has 16 laps to capitalize on those fresher tires. Fresher and softer tires. So let's see what he can do. Rick is going to use all of his ERS that he has. Lifeboat now using all of his ERS that he has. It's very much so going to look like it's going to be a move on the second straight. Is it? Yes, it is. Lifeboat trying to aim for the switchback. Rick going very slow. He knows what he's doing. Very slow mid-corner speed to get a good exit. But is it going to be enough? No, it's not. Rick doesn't cover off enough. And he's going to try and push Lifeboat onto the grass, but Lifeboat just got the pace with that full tank of battery and the DRS wide open. Rick has no chance to defend that. But he has gotten Ghost, well, maybe a second. But Lifeboat just crawling? What? Just never mind. Lifeboat cutting that lead up. It's already almost 1 second. Is it? Yeah, it is. As we see Aces, he's in front, but he hasn't pitted yet, so I'm assuming he's heading in this lap. No, he's not. He's waiting for a safety car, maybe. Maybe. As we see Lifeboats at the fastest lap at 1:10.1. These two, P1 and 2 in the championship, now fighting for P1 in the race. As Reshka out of contention for that first place due to that spin a couple of laps ago. That's a little unlucky, but well, that's how races go. Now Ghost almost caught up to Ace's Lifeboat. Caught up definitely to Ghost. He's going to be pushing him through this final sector. I don't even know if Ghost is going to try and defend this, just because he has so much older tires, and, well, 5 laps older, and a compound harder tire, so would it be wise to defend? Who knows? Would it be fun to see him defend? Definitely. And that's what we see him do right now. He's using his ERS to stay ahead of Lifeboat, and we see Lifeboat just on those medium compounds able to follow Ghost through that turn 2 and 3, no, 1 and 2. And we see Lifeboat not making a move on this lap. No clue why, as these guys are almost lapping now, the first people. Is it Plang? Yes, they're lapping Plang and said Molly. Hopefully these backmarkers not going to get in the way. Although Plang has left the session, which I believe is going to lead to contact of the Red Bull and the Alpine of Ghost. I don't know, Ghost may be thinking that Plang would phase or Ghost. Nice. Yeah. As we see, I hope nobody got damaged from that, but we are seeing Lifeboat now. 2/10 DRS open, not using any ERS. Both of them now low on ERS, but Lifeboat is going to send it down the inside and into turn 1. Ghost very aggressive. Leaves the door kind of open, but then closes it as Lifeboat makes the move. And we see Lifeboat now. Is he going to use DRS? No, he's not. Yeah. Yes, he is going to use DRS. He's not going to use any ERS, though, for the overtake. So Lifeboat just sitting behind. What he needs to do is save up ERS and then try and pull away as soon as he's ahead of Ghost. As we see, who was that? Seb Mali making room for these two guys. You don't have to do that much, but you have to do more than playing. So let's see. What's the strategy for Ghost? He's saved up a little bit. Lifeboat has half a battery. Let's see. 2/10. Is he going to look for a good exit? He is. Ghost getting the better exit though. 3/10. He's also using some of his ERS. Although Life is as well. Lifeboat setting to make a move. He's going to look around the outside and it's going to be him fully ahead of Ghost. Going into the corner, and that's Lifeboat ahead of Ghost before turn 2. Ghost now flashing 6%. He doesn't have any ERS to defend, to attack, I mean. Lifeboat, though, flashing as well, so these two using all of their ERS in this battle. And now it's Ghost having to use everything to stay within 1 second of Lifeboat. That DRS, very crucial now for Ghost. And that's exactly what he needs to see. Lifeboat making a little mistake there, going a little wide into turn 6. So Lifeboat, he hasn't done enough to get out of the 1 second gap of Ghost. So Ghost now, he's able to catch up to Lifeboat without using any ERS. But now that Lifeboat's ahead of Ghost comfortably, I mean, he's going to be pushing, and he's going to have a bigger gap now than last lap. So this might be just what he needs to pull away. So Lifeboat's still flashing. He's under that 15% rule, or whatever. So the gap is 5 seconds into sector 2. Let's see if he can pull away 4/10 in the last sector. As we see the Ferraris fight. That's a very tougher fight than I thought I would see. And we see the Ferrari of Robinet Homogene make a move on Reshka. And that is going to be a position up for Robinet. And Reshka now into P4. So this fight for P4 has turned into a fight for P3 for these guys. As we see Lifeboat, 8/10 now to Ghost. And there is a lapped car. Is it? Who is that? Okay. Maybe I'm just seeing ghosts besides this one. Anyway, Ghost now 9/10. Looks like he might fall just out of DRS range this lap. Let's see. 9/10 to Lifeboat. Lifeboat just needs to get one more tenth, and he's clear from Ghost. He's still very much so depleted off of ERS. As we see Scott. Is that a DNF? No, that's a standing on track as he's parked it right on the track and not moving. That's going to be Bergen trying to avoid him, and that was not very elegant from Scott here. He just parked it on track and didn't move. I guess that's the best thing he could do, and that's a safety car. That's a relief for Ghost, and that's quite a little bit unlucky for Lifeboat. So Lifeboat now having to pull away again another second as he goes on to softs. It is softs. Oh yeah, 6 laps. That could definitely be soft tires. Soft tires for Ghost as well. Soft tires for everybody now. So these guys are all dealt a, ooh, was it speeding the pit lane? No, it wasn't. A blank hand. Is that the saying? I'm not sure. But Reshka, he's gonna come off worse for this because he's gonna lose some time to aces in the pit stop, double stacking. He was very close to his teammate there. Maybe he should have backed up more instead of trying to push his teammate into the pits. That could have worked better. As we see a front wing there, somebody lost it on exit. Hopefully it wasn't Lifeboat again. Please don't. Okay, it wasn't Lifeboat and it wasn't Ghost. And we have a back marker in between second and third. Interesting. Opting to stay there. And yet, RS is trying to overtake him, or looks like he'd try to overtake him. RS staying on those medium tires, so he tried to get track position. He stayed out. Rails has stayed out. Speldring has stayed out. So this could definitely be a very interesting fight for P3. That last podium position. I mean, 1 and 2 is basically given to Life and Ghost, as long as they don't take each other out or make a mistake. As we see who just boxed. Spelled wrong. And Rick? No. Well, oh, said Molly probably. Okay. As that was maybe the car who spun on exit. Let's see. It looked like a broken Williams front wing, but that's a little speculative. And it is gone. Okay, so it just happened when we looked at it. Interesting. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, these people that stayed out lost one defense. So it's RS and Rills against all of these guys. I mean, 12 lap-old hards stand very little chance against 2 lap-old hards. So let's see how Rills is going to defend this. But RS, if Rills is going to create a big enough gap to him, he could definitely pull away and then stay ahead. Especially if there's some infighting between the Ferraris and the rest of these guys. As we see, safety car is in this lap. So 6 laps. Yeah, 6 laps of racing. And Lifeboat. When he says go, it's go time. And he has gone 3/10 to Lifeboat and Ghost. And Rills already falling back positions and crashing aces. Not be making the smoothest, and he's gonna that's gonna cause a chain reaction. Drivers crashing everywhere. That's gonna be a report potentially. A little unlucky by these guys. And we see Lifeboat pulling half a second ahead of Ghost already. I mean, this is Ghost's opportunity to get ahead of Lifeboat. He would have definitely pulled away, or he had pulled away, and this is Ghost's second chance, so to speak, in this race to get P1, as Jackalacko has DNF'd in the pits. That doesn't look like it's in the pits. Who knows? As we see Playing and Scott fighting it out. Let's look at these guys. Fight for P3. So these guys are definitely on RS's tail. 3/10. Maybe not looking to make a move yet, but they're not thinking of now, they're thinking of next lap. Same for Ghost and Lifeboat. Both of them still having a lot of ERS. Ghost trying to use just enough that he can stick with Lifeboat though. As we see the Ferraris versus Aces. He's going to potentially get a penalty though, as we see RS running wide. Those medium tires. Definitely slower than the soft compound runners. These guys are fairly single file here. I guess 6 laps is enough to not have complete chaos. As you see, Lifeboat and Ghost 4/10 now. Ghost has less ERS than Lifeboat, but not by a significant amount. As we see drivers spinning at the back, but those are all back markers. So we can focus on Aces now. He's going to try to make a move on RS. RS out of ERS, but still in P3. But not for long. Aces getting the better exit, and he's going to get DRS now. RS is going to defend this down the inside, but he's not defended enough, as Aces down the inside and ahead of RS into P3. And that's the Ferrari of Robinette making a move as well on RS. And that's Reshka. So RS losing 3 positions. He's not going to spin. No, he's going to... Let's see if this is a fight. This is a losing fight for RS with these tires. So it's RS losing 3 positions in the span of 1 sector. As we see Ghost, still less ERS than Lifeboat, but he is closer now due to ERS. So let's see what this is going to look like once he's caught up. Three-tenths between them. 3/10 isn't enough for this sector. This straight. You need to be a little closer than that. As the fight for third, Aces leads Robinette, leads Reshka. These guys all on 20% ERS. And now we see Lifeboat and Ghost. Just a massive difference between 1 and 2, and then the fight for third. As we see, Rills sets the fastest lap of the race. Where is he? He's in P11. So, and we see him crash out of turn 2 into turn 3, and that's just losing the rear. So he was pushing, but just pushing a little too much. As we see Lifeboat now still ahead of Ghost. Ghost now not allowed to overtake during yellow flags, but that's cleared up already. And that's 4/10. That's way too much for Ghost, so he's going to have one more opportunity to send it on Lifeboat, but Lifeboat still with more ERS. He's looking to get another victory this season. Now let's see. Aces now almost a second clear off Robinette, so this looks like he's going to get this on track, but let's see what he's going to get later on. But the fight definitely here at the front. Ghost versus Lifeboat. Nobody can allow themselves to make a mistake. As you see, Ghost. Is he going to get an exit? He's going to get a decent exit on Lifeboat. Lifeboat now using a lot of his ERS that he's saved up on. And Ghost is going to catch up. He's gaining, but it's not going to be enough for this straight. He almost has no ERS left to attack with. Ghost now on 21%. He's going to set the fastest last sector, though, of the session. And now he's on 10% Lifeboat now, covering the inside. And he's going to be 6%. This is definitely not going to help him. And it looks like it's going Lifeboat's way, but he has one more straight to try and make an attack. One more try for Ghosts. P1 attempt. And that's not going to help him. He's going to make a little mistake into turn 5. And that's going to set Lifeboat 2/10 clear. Well, 2/10 more than what he had before. And that's going to solidify his P1 position for sure. Lifeboat. Both of these drivers equal DRS, not quite. Lifeboat using all of his DRS, but this is going to go Lifeboat's way. 6/10 is just too much unless he's going to run out of fuel on the line. Doesn't look like he's going to, and he's going to weave on the straight. That's a win for Lifeboat. P2 for Ghost, so Lifeboat reeling that championship gap back down to, I believe, 3 points. As you see the rest of the guys finishing up their laps. So Aces is going to get that podium position on track, like I said. Let's see. He had a little contact with... now I don't remember anymore, but with someone. Rick also not quite able to... Oh, yeah. Not quite able to make up the positions he would have liked to. And RS, in the end, being in P6, which isn't too bad of a finish. So him only losing out 4 positions from P3, I guess. So 3rd, 4th, 5th. Oh no, I guess, yeah, okay. Never mind. And there we have him, the winner of today. And probably the driver of the day. He was sticking with Ghost and Reshka while they were on mediums, and then once he was pulled away 1 second of Ghost, there was a safety car, and Ghost just couldn't get back up. He just couldn't reach his level today, but very close fight between these two. And fastest lap did go to Rills in the end. How much faster was that then? 6/10 clear of Lifeboat. So I don't know where he was hiding the nitrous, but definitely in those tires. Huh. So Rills having some 1 lap pace, but just not the consistency today. But also qualifying P9, so I don't know. I have no idea where that lap came from, but yeah. Back to our podium finishers. So Lifeboat P1, Ghost P2, very well done by Ghost and Lifeboat, and then P3, the winner of the battle for P4 originally, which became P3, Aces. So nice race, guys. And I'll see you guys maybe next week. Let's see if I have time. Okay.